Alright, hi guys. So I know y'all haven't seen me in a while, but like I said, we are back with another video by Zariah J. Now ignore my hair, like we going through something real quick. I was experimenting, trying to do a weave ponytail type of thing with some curly hair, but you know what, I was like, you know what, I have something on my mind. I have been wanting to do this video for a very long time, and as you can see the background, ignore that as well. This is the only part of my place that is quiet right now because like I said, it's just so many life updates I have to let y'all know about. First of all, yes, I graduated and I'm doing my 4th degree. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna talk about how when I graduate, life really had set in and hit me. So it's like, it's just so much I have to talk about. But I had like a lot of dark times, a lot of depressed times, but like to see that I made it here to where I am today is just nothing but a blessing because I was really going through a rabbit hole. But first off, like I said, we're gonna start from the beginning. Like I said, I know I've not posted a video for like almost 6 or 7 months, but like honestly, it's really because life had hit me. I had graduated, like I said, and like especially like my last semester, I had so much to do that I didn't have time to edit. If I wanted to edit, it wasn't gonna come out the way I wanted to because I didn't have time. And I know that's an excuse for some people because they feel like, you know, if you really wanted to, you would, but it's just that I just really had no extra time. So what I was doing was like posting separate reels to kind of like help keep my engagement up, but like to edit a long video, it would be too much. Now I did get some footage, so after this video I would do a separate graduation vlog to go back because yes, I graduated not only with my 4th degree, but I am a 2nd lieutenant in the Army. I commissioned, so I'm definitely gonna do a video about that in the future. But like, let's just get into it because it's just so much and I'm talking so much. Let me give you some water. Okay, so let's go back. I'm gonna tell you about my whole college experience and tell you some things that I went through, what I think I regret, and what are some things that, you know, so when you're trying to start college, is something that probably could help you so you won't go under the same steps that I had went into. But let's go back. So freshman year I started at Kennesaw State in 2019 because that's when I just had graduated that May. So I was starting, of course, my August fall semester at KSU. That was when it was like, it was before COVID. Like that was like the last semester that I experienced without COVID. Like it was just so different, not gonna lie. It was definitely such a big difference because of course coming from high school, you're kind of used to going to almost a full day of classes and you don't really control your schedule. At least in Kennesaw State or in college in general, you get to pick your classes, you get to pick when you want to have your lunch, and it's just, I feel like that's so much better. Like, if I don't miss high school at all, but the only people who I think I miss is like the people, but the schedule itself, hell no, because I love that in college you get to pick out your own schedule and it's kind of like more freedom. So that was a big change for me. The workload itself, I don't think it was really much of a change because I went to a magnet school in Augusta, Georgia. So like I went to A.R. Johnson. We're gonna which I'm gonna continue on, I'm gonna bring this back up to in the future, how it helped me and where I'm at now in life. But in high school I went to a magnet school which had a track for engineering and health science. I had started there, you had to get accepted. I started there when I was in 7th grade, so I literally was in the same school from middle school through high school, so like I basically grew up with those people. But I did the healthcare track, so when I was like a junior and senior, I was already like I was already a certified dental assistant. I was already a certified medical administrative assistant, which thank God I did that because coming back to where I am now, that definitely helped on my resume. So like I said, continuing from that, my first major when I first started Kennesaw State was nursing. So then I had also wanted to do Army. So how Army had came about was so funny. I did not want to do Army at first. I wanted to do Air Force, but since my school only had Army on campus and that was close by, because at the moment too I didn't have a car, so And we're gonna go back to that too, why I don't have certain things, but it's just, we're gonna keep building. But just stay with me now. So I didn't have a car, so I still wanted to get around on campus and still do stuff that was like still close by, but I wanted to have the military help me, basically help my scholarship and stuff. Because the one good thing that the Army did do, you know, I complain about it all the time, like, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna explain how much the Army helped and what I did like, what I didn't like, but we're gonna get into that. So when I chose the Army, like I said, it was close by Kennesaw State. Basically me agreeing to do the Army, like I had already had a meeting with them, my parents, and they told me, like, long as you keep up your grades and you show that you can pass the PT test, which means physical test. Right now it's called the ACFT. Back then it was a regular PT test where we had to do like a push-ups, sit-ups, it was something else, and then running. But now it's a whole different ball game. Now I feel like the ACFT is a little bit more harder, but we're gonna get back into that in the future. So like I said, right now, freshman year before COVID, I was doing good with my grades. I had came into college not really with the highest GPA. I had like a 3.3, so I really had like the basic of the basic. Even my SAT, which I wish back then, I wish I had got a higher score in it, because that would have definitely helped. I could have got what it was, the Zell Miller. All I had was the Hope and the Pell Grant. So like most of my tuition was covered anyway, because Kennesaw State tuition is not bad. It's just the housing was like always the issue. That was the reason why I really made the decision to go into the military, just to go that route and kind of like help me pay for school. So yeah, they don't tell you is that people think, oh, they get paid so much, especially if you're not come from a person. I didn't do basic training. I didn't go the enlisted route first. My route was going through ROTC, so that was also a big difference for me. I was not used to that. So when you sign up to do that, just know that you gotta make sure that you keep up your classes. You still gotta add those classes for your military ROTC, because you're basically giving them a 4-year obligation. I can't talk. You're basically doing a 4-year obligation that you're gonna keep up your good grades for your major, and you're also gonna make sure that you attend their classes and their field training. Mind you, I was having like 5 credit hour courses that was already full-time, and then I had to add on military, which was not always easy, because you're doing labs. So like if I had a test on that same day on a Thursday, which mainly my stuff was, because always our field training was always at Fort Dobbins, which is like only 20 minutes down from where we was. But like I always had like a nice person who always carpool, because not everybody in college also, you don't have to go to college with a car. There's other people that don't as well. There was people in the military that was going the ROTC route to help pay. They also didn't have a car. So what we were all doing was, a lot of us was carpooling with people who did have a car, and plus in the ROTC they will look out for you, so it is an option that you can do. So like from our second year, that's when COVID hit, because COVID hit like March of 2020, because that's when I was still my freshman year but about to be a sophomore later on that August. But when COVID hit, they kind of slowed down my process of getting contracted, because next thing to tell you too, when you do ROTC, you don't automatically get contracted. So you have to also show them that you really want it, and show them that you actually balance out your classwork with ROTC. They don't contract you until they see that you do that, and that you actually pass a lot of your classes and a lot of your PT tests. Since COVID happened, I kind of slowed down my process, so that slowed down me getting my money. So it was a blessing that because it was a blessing that the COVID happened, even though, okay, actually no, let me rephrase that. It was only a blessing in some ways, because like I said, during that time people was getting like Pell Grant, especially if you're getting Pell Grant, you were getting back a lot of money. So a lot of that stuff that I got during that time for Pell Grant, I don't know, it was like a couple $1,000s that I was getting, so I was putting that towards my housing for next semester, which helped out. But anything else, that's when my life also turned upside down too, because that's when my dad got real sick. And it was so sad, because I remember, and see, when he got sick like around the same time, so it was so much going on. My parents was going through it, and me trying to stay strong and focused in school, it was kind of hard. I ain't gonna lie, it took a toll on me, because mind you, I was by myself in Kennesaw. My family's in Augusta, so I already kind of go, I live 2 hours away from Kennesaw, so I couldn't be there when my dad got sick. Like it was really almost lost him, but thank God, I don't know how, but I prayed. I came the next day when he had got the hospital, but like when he was there, I couldn't be there. But he had an aneurysm in both lungs, so like that could have went really horribly. But for some reason he survived. The doctors, they did an amazing job, and to this day he's with us. You know, he still has problems, but I'm just glad that he's with us and he was here to see me graduate. That's one of my biggest things, like at least for that, to have my parents see me graduate. That was like the main thing for me. Okay, so like I said, COVID happened. Everybody had got kicked out of school during that time. So like everybody during housing, like I know y'all remember, like during school we thought we was gonna be going for like 2 weeks. No, we're going for a couple months. We didn't get back, so like let's say they kicked us out around March. I remember when my friends was up there, it was me, my chum Brittany. We went to Walmart, everything was going. So mind you, I'm up there by myself. Thank God my friends, they had a car. So like and we all from the same city because we all went to Kennesaw State at that time. So like my friend, she lived off campus, so they didn't get kicked out. It was all people that lived on campus. I lived on campus at the time, so like they forced us to get up. I had to pack all my stuff, I had to leave, and I had to go with my friend Brittany, and we all had to go take a ride down to Augusta, and that's how I got to my house. And whew, I got back. It was just so much because then my parents was going through a bad argument. Like that 2020 was just, it was a lot, okay? And it was just a lot on me mentally because I'm trying to keep it together. Because mind you, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like as the oldest, I feel like I am the main person that keeps the family together. Because like I wish I can go more into that, but it's just so much more to the story. But I'm gonna keep it simple, which is that I have a lot of family stuff that goes on. But I was just glad I was finally there to get back to see what was going on. But when they were going through their whole thing, my dad had sent me down to Florida when I was spending time with my cousins that I have never met. They just took me down there. I was still doing online courses. And this time too, this is when the T's thing happened. Okay, this is the first major like bump that was in my career. So I was studying for the T's during this time because I noticed that when I come back for my sophomore year of August, I was gonna have to start preparing for that because even though I was about to contract during the same time, but they said I could not contract because they didn't accept a nursing interest as a regular major. So the military was trying to kind of force me to kind of go the biology route, because at least with the biology route they know it's an official major. And the only thing for nursing interest, because like there's a difference. There's a nursing major that you declare once you pass the T's and once you get accepted into the nursing program, which that was the problem. I couldn't get paid or couldn't get contracted or anything unless I had got accepted into the program. Now the ROTC, they do give you they'll save you a seat if you automatically pass the T's test. But this was the thing, I don't know what my dumb behind did, but like the first bump in my career that had me like very emotional was that when I took the T's test, because for Kennesaw State I wanted to go to their program at first, but when I took the T's test I made like a C something, I think I made like a 70 something. For Kennesaw State, a competitive like score would be like an 80 or better to get into their program, to have like you especially for military too, you need to at least make the, I think, yeah, for KSU, I think it was an 80 as the minimum score to become, you know, competitive. So if I would have made that, I was down by some points, which really messed me up because I really needed that. And I really need the contract because at that time I didn't have enough for housing. And I didn't want to take out another small loan or anything. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I want to stay at KSU because I enjoyed it. And I still was doing my military. So I was like, you know what? I made the first decision that kind of changed my route. I said, okay, you know what, bump it. I'm gonna make my major biology, since I know, okay, I was thinking, well, you know, I can still use that as a way to get into the medical field, because like that was my main goal. First of all, ever since I was a child, I already had the I don't know, I just had a gift of helping people. I always enjoyed it, and it's like I always wanted to at first be a pediatrician and then an actor, but we gonna talk about that later on. But yeah, my first choice was to be a pediatrician. So I was like, you know what, I can go this route, you know, go a biology route and still, you know, just go that route and go to medical school. That was the main plan. So I got contracted, got my 2.5-year contract where I would get like $5,000 a semester. So I had started getting paid, not really that sophomore year. I didn't start getting paid. It's almost like the last, I think it was spring semester of my sophomore year going to junior year, which peeped that. So Most of my classes for nursing had carried over to biology, just that except for the ones that's like anatomy and all that. But we're gonna, I actually thank God since I took those classes beforehand, because like I said, we're gonna get back to how this kind of helped me in the long run at the end. But so I got my contract. I got, like I said, my 2.5-year scholarship. I started getting paid, I think, January of 2021. I was like sophomore year going into junior year. So I'm not gonna lie, biology put me through it. Okay, at first it was fun. Like, I love the biology courses. Like, that's me all day. Like, I love science, because to me that's easy to learn and then I can just easily grasp it. It was the chemistry that got me, because I feel like, yes, nursing is difficult, okay, but biology is a whole different game. You have to do physics, you have to do calculus. Calculus wasn't so bad. I'm not really too bad at math, but it's just the chemistry. I hated chemistry, okay, because I feel like there's so much you have to remember and like memorize, and you gotta do certain steps for certain ones to figure it out. And it's like there's no way to really like because then too, I would study hard. Like, I would study my heart. I would go to all the teacher assistance sessions. I would be like in the study groups, and like I would do good on the worksheets and the quizzes, but then we get to the exam, there's nothing on there that they would teach. And I'm like, what the heck? You set us up to fail. And and my thing is, I would go on the syllabus. I would look at the practice tests that they did before, and they always changed it. It just made me mad, because of course in those classes, those quizzes is not gonna really help. You gotta get a good grade on those tests. And like, it was just so much, because I did good in general chem 1 and 2, but it was just when it got to organic chem, oh my gosh, that's when I started feeling like, and I started becoming real depressed, because I was like, yo, how the heck I feel like I kind of messed myself up. Yes, I was kind of in a way where I could have went 2 choices. Of course, in my head I was like, you know what, if you wanted the money to stay at KSU to get that housing, just go the route of going to biology, just so you can hurry and get the military scholarship. But I feel like I didn't know at the time that you know, with my grade that I got on the TEAS test, I could have went somewhere else. I could have had registered to other schools, but my behind, I just didn't want to leave KSU, to be honest. And like I said, I already had got accustomed to be there. I was used to it, and you know, I just liked it. But I did not want to go back to Augusta, because now as crazy as I was telling myself I did not want to go back to Augusta, I didn't want to live home, because there's just so many things of me. It was a better thing for me to live alone and still go through my undergrad. It was way better for me, and I feel like I concentrate way better. Being at home, it has its ups and downs, but I feel like it was better for me to just live alone. So when I put myself in this decision to stay in biology, just that I feel like I was becoming really, really depressed. And mind you, I was at the end, like I was at 88% done. But once I finished organic chem 1 with a C, and I saw my GPA was like already kind of struggling, because I think when I graduated with like a 3.3 anyway. So like, it was so crazy. My freshman year, 2020, 2019, I came in with all A's mostly. So my GPA was already up there to like a 3.8. But as soon as I switched over to biology, my GPA took a jump. It went straight from a 3.8 back to a 3.3 where I started at in the first place when I got here. And I was like, hold on. I was thinking about more of the long run, because I was like, hold on, this is kind of scary, because if I did graduate with a biology degree, it's going to be hard for me to get into a medical school if my GPA is not high enough or competitive. And then too, you know, medical schools, they require so much of you for you to actually do clinicals or actually to do rotations at somebody else's office. I don't have that right now. All I have been doing is military. Oh yeah, and that was nothing. Military with biology, worst decision. My freaking week, I was having 16 credit hour classes. I was doing, like I said, I was combining genetics, organic chem 1, and then military, because then too with military, they also prepare you for you to lead other soldiers. So like your first 2 years of it, you're not doing so much, but they really train you for your third year. Third year is where you get sent off to advanced camp. Advanced camp is where you're going for like the whole summer, for like almost a month, and then you get sent to like an internship if you want to do that route. So I ended up doing that. So let's say, let's go back, this is 2022, so I'm at 80% done, or like 70-something% done with my career. Now, what also had me graduate late, because mind you, I came into school in 2019. I should have been graduating in 2023, but since I add on military, and then I still want to do a pre-med concentration, because not only that, like I said, I forgot to tell y'all, I was not only a biology major, I was a pre-med concentration that added on more classes, and then I had military, so I was going to be projected to graduate in 2024. So that's what basically happened. So like I said, I was doing that, and I couldn't take any summer courses to get, you know, kind of caught up or get ahead because I was doing military stuff. So in 2022 of that summer, I had went to Fort Knox, and I was doing my training there. You know, it was a different experience. I did love it. It did teach me and humble me, because one thing I would say about the military, for me not even coming from a background of military, like I had some uncles that do that, but I'm not really close with them, so I never had that conversation about what it was like. So me going through it as kind of a girly girl, it was a whole different experience. Doing FTX with them too as well. So like, it was a lot, okay? But did that. I had went through training, and I had got blessed with the opportunity to get an internship. So I had went a medical one, but the only one they had was the engineering one. So I was debating whether or not I should do it, but my dad was like, you know, go ahead and do it, because you never know, you might like it. So I was like, you know what, bump it, I'm gonna do it. So I went. I had signed up for the engineering internship. I did the application. I got picked to do it, and surprisingly, it was 3 people that got picked. So it was me and 2 other people, I think, in our program of the ROTC. But what's crazy was we all got sent different locations. So that summer of 2022, somebody got sent to Florida, but they told me I was going to Alaska. So I was like, what? I've never been to Alaska, but I was there for a whole month. So the whole month of May to June, I was in Fort Knox doing that whole crazy mess of advanced camp. I think I'm gonna do a separate video of like what I did in Army, so y'all can get more in depth about what that is. I know y'all probably don't even know what the hell I'm talking about, but basically I had training for them for a whole month out there in the woods doing Army stuff, living the American dream. And then I had got sent to freaking Alaska literally right the day I had finished. Went straight to Alaska. That was a whole experience. I think I did a vlog already about that, so if you want to check that out, you can definitely check it out in one of my earlier videos. But it was such a different experience, and I definitely don't regret that, because that definitely opened my eyes of why I had changed my career back to the original thing I was doing. So let's get back to it. So what it was, 2022, after I came back from Alaska, I was really depressed, not gonna lie. I was like, if I graduate with this degree, I had to retake organic chem when that was another thing. I didn't pass my first time. Not only missed it by a couple points because our last final exam, it's always on final exams, okay? Always on final exams that give me up. I was already at like a C in that class of organic chem 1. So when we took the final, I was like, oh my gosh. So I would literally have to freaking make a high behind grade to keep my C, and of course I didn't, so I had to retake it. So I was just mad about that, because that was also kind of pushing back my graduation day, because I wanted to graduate in 2023, but it was not in the works for me at all. So I started praying, because I was really going bad through it. Like, I was like, I would feel like a failure if I don't finish. Like, I'm up there out here by myself. I just feel like I have like a lot of help as well, but that's another story. But I stayed strong, I prayed, and I started doing some research. So I found this program at Augusta University called the MSN CNL program, which means a master's in nursing for anybody that has a 4-year degree. I think a science degree. It's as long as you had already completed the prereqs. Now, mind you, remember how I was already a nursing major when I first got here before I changed to biology? That actually worked out in my favor, so thank God, because once I saw that it was due, I think in... Okay, so basically for fall semester of 2024, that was the new semester that was going to start for the new cohort of Augusta University's MSN program. Once I did my research, I was like, hold up. I already got the prereqs done, because I already did anatomy. I already did the basic stuff, because I was a nursing major beforehand in my freshman year. So all my classes could still carry over. All I have to do is just make sure I, you know, put in for the application, pray that I get accepted, because nursing school, I'm not gonna lie, it's hard to get accepted into. Especially if you can have the perfect grades, but if they just don't pick your name, you know, it's a 50-50 chance, and it's like thousands of people applying to that program, so you never know. But the good thing about me, even though I don't like the military, they saved my bag. So like I said, I went to AR Johnson when I was like a freshman. not freshman, when I was like in middle school to my high school years. So that also helped with me talking about, you know, my whole background and if I have experience or like that. So I did that because I was doing clinicals when I was in high school. Like I said, I do military, so that definitely helped out tremendously, especially with the recommendation letters. Like my captains, they did me well on that. Also, after that, I had went ahead and applied to it. So I was praying, you know, making sure that went through. And then I made the biggest decision to change my major because I was like, you know, I'm at the end. I don't feel like once I had retook organic chem 1 and made a B in it, I was like, I'm not going to organic chem 2. So I talked to my advisor and I was like, what is it that I could do that I can still keep my courses, but still have a way where I can graduate still where I want to? Which I still ended up graduating in 2024, but that was fine with me. I just didn't want to go do any more chemistry, no more bio stuff. So I was like, you know, I'm done. So most of my classes that I already did, like all that chemistry, genetics, so that all still counted. So what she did was, she was like, since you have a lot of courses for biology and you was almost at the end, I can make that your minor. So that became my minor, and I still had military as my minor as well. So I ended up graduating for a degree in psychology with a double minor in biology and military. So which is great because the psychology part, not gonna lie, doing psychology, I feel like I did more medical stuff in psychology compared to biology, which was crazy because I was learning more about the brain and I was doing more different cases, and it was just it felt better because I feel like I was actually doing something that I know I was going to use in the future, and I can use this in nursing. So once I had applied to the program, the CNL, which means clinical nurse leader, and basically if you don't know what that means, so basically you're in MSN, I didn't know that you can actually do this though. I thought for MSN, I thought you had to have your 4-year degree already in nursing, but for this program, they didn't. You didn't need to. So for me, I'll be up there graduating, like I said, with my degree in psychology and my double minor in biology and military, and I'll be starting my master's this August, which means actually next week. Cause like when I'm filming this now, it's August, I think. Let's see. So I got my hair in my arms. Right now, it is August 12th. Yep, August 12th, and I actually have orientation tomorrow, so yeah. But it's just, whew. So once I had applied, and I think I applied in October 2023, December, I got my decision letter, and man, I was so nervous and anxious because I was like, oh my gosh, if I don't get into this, that means I'm gonna have to go the psychology route. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that you don't really make a lot of money in that unless you go for your master's in a particular field, which a lot of these degrees are. So make sure that when you do go to class, make sure that you actually look up. Yes, I know, do what you love, but make sure that you also get paid. Because I feel like if you're not gonna be getting paid more than 50K, you might as well just had, like, just probably not have wind, or just try to figure out another way that you could go without having to go spend so much for your degree that you're probably not gonna get that much in. But yeah, so I did my research. I had looked at the decision letter that they gave me, and then it was weird because when I looked on the Augusta University's website, it was like, your decision is here. I had to go press the link, and all of a sudden I get an acceptance letter saying that you are accepted. And that's crazy because there's thousands of people that apply to that program, and out of the 1,000, I think they only accept like 100 to 200 people. That's crazy. So I just thank God, because for me failing that TEAS test, and you know, I was up there like, dang, that could have been my one shot at, you know, being a nurse. And now I did it again, took all my stuff, still had the prereqs, and now I had another chance, another shot to be a nurse, and I got in. So basically this route for me would be better because not only I get an MSN for nursing, I'll become an eligible RN, so I'll still be able to take the NCLEX to become an RN. Then I can take a certification to be a lead nurse. And then in the future, since I already have an MSN, I can go the nurse practitioner route just by getting a certification in that if I want to as well, just to get more money. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna make sure that, you know, I continue with my classes, because I won't be graduating with my master's until, what is it, December 2025. So I'm gonna do a couple years as a regular RN just to build up my experience, and then I'll take a certification to be a lead nurse, and then probably go be a nurse practitioner in the future. But let's go back a little bit. So that's the good thing. But here's another little bump in my little road. So with me wanting, I really wanted, when I graduate, I really wanted to be out on my own, but reality kicked in that, girl, you graduate with a 4-year degree, but if you're not going that psychology route and being a social worker and stuff like that, or just doing like counseling things for a school, I didn't have enough to live out on my own at all. So I had to have a talk with my parents, and that was the whole thing. Thank God that they have me living with them while I do my master's, but it's just that sometimes I do feel like I'm kind of behind compared to most of the people that's in my age range. People already got cars, people already have their own place, but like, I just trust in God that, you know, my path is a little bit different. And, you know, once I do make it, man, when I tell you, when I finish this NCLEX, when I pass, because I will, because God got me, when I pass, man. But it's just so crazy because it's like, I know I've been going, but it's just, I've been so busy, man. And like I said, I'm back at home with my parents. Now, I did get lucky, so like I said, I forgot to tell you, during my senior year of college, when I was still doing my psychology, I already knew I got accepted into my master's. So what I was going to start doing was, I told myself, as soon as I graduate, I'm not doing any job that doesn't, you know, enhance my career or make my resume look better. So once I had finished all the fast food-ish, I had got a job as a medical assistant at this urgent care, which is the best decision because I wanted to get kind of some experience back in doing kind of clinical work, because I haven't done clinical since I was in high school, and I never dealt with patients and different stuff like that since almost 5 or 6 years ago. So I wanted to make sure that before I started nursing school, I wanted to make sure that I had some experience that I can take in, or I won't be, you know, so nervous when it comes to dealing with patients. So I work at this kids urgent care, which is, we see mainly kids, but we also see adults, but like they come in for different stuff, basically like an ER type thing. And this is better prepare me for everything. So like they train me for my job. They actually sent me to North Carolina to do my training for like a whole couple weeks. And then once I had started, it was very great. I take blood, I do urinalysis tests, I do drug tests, also check for a whole bunch of different things. I take vitals and all that. So this is definitely going to prepare me for my actual career. So when I start doing my clinicals in nursing school, it's going to be a whole different ball game. I want to make sure I should be, I guess, better prepared. But it's just so crazy. So if you're going through stuff, man, just like I said, just don't give up, man. Keep praying and do research on other things too. So if you do feel like it's not looking or coming about to where you want to do, or let me just rephrase that. Make sure that if you are feeling very not in love with your career anymore, there are other options. Just make sure you do your research and trust the process and trust God, and also pray, man, because you just never know. Because God definitely saved me from a dark spot that I was going into, in a dark space. And now I'm about to get my master's in nursing, go the lead nursing route, and then I also still do military, because like I said, let me get back to that too. So once I had finished doing my military stuff, I not only graduated my degree, I graduated my class of the ROTC. So I'm now a commissioned second lieutenant at a reserve spot. So I'm at a transportation company, and it's so new because I was never used to doing that type of stuff. But it's so much. I just wish I can go really more into detail, but it's just that it really has changed me. As it changed to a better person, to really appreciate everything. I'm very humble, and I just know that when I really make it, man, just know I'm at the up, okay? But yeah, so yeah, that's how life been so far. But I just been so busy, man. But I plan on posting my graduation vlog very soon, hopefully next time, probably like in a week or so. But I'll at least start orientation tomorrow, so I'll start my classes soon. I'm gonna keep y'all updated. I'm gonna try to do more nursing vlogs, but like I really want to try to, I'm gonna bring y'all on this journey with me, because like I have been through so much, and I know I have been too explicit in detail about what I've been going through, but it's been so much, man. Personally, personal battles, people, family, boys, okay? It's just been so much, but I'm just so glad that I just trusted in God. I kept my main goal at hand, and it's so crazy. I thought I was gonna get into that field, and then it ends up in the end of my career that I go back into the nursing field, and I can also use my psychology if I wanted to go back and use that, you know. So just I'm thinking of more decisions of what I could do, but I guess I'm gonna see, you know. But yes, so this answers your question about where have I been, why haven't you been doing any more content creating. I know I just been tired, okay? And with nursing school gonna be up my behind too, I don't think I'm gonna have that much time as doing as much content creating, but I'm gonna try. But also them 20 versus 1, I'm never doing that ever again. It's too much, and I don't want to see myself in that light. And it was fun, you know, to network with those people, but like it was just too sexual for me. I just wanted to have fun and just, you know, see my name, do a couple questions, but like every question was so like degrading and like sexual. So like I was over it. I was like, yeah, I don't want to do that. I did my 2 videos and bounced. So you would never see me doing those type of videos again in Atlanta and all that mess. And like I said, I'm back in Augusta now, so like it's a little bit different. I'm in a rural type city, but like it's ghetto. So it's also weird too, because all my friends, they all doing their different things. That's how you know we're all getting older, because like we always can't see each other. But I'm glad that, you know, we can still text like it ain't nothing if I haven't talked to them in a long time. But like it's just, I'm just so glad. I'm so blessed that I went through so much things. I'm glad that my family's still here. I have my pinning ceremony coming up, so I'm gonna try to record that. I don't know, but I just want to say, look out or stay tuned. Please subscribe if you're still watching this, and ignore my hair. I know I look a mess. I'm still doing something to it, but I just want to talk to y'all to give y'all a life update of what's been going on in my life. But yes, I have graduated, have my 4-year degree. I'm also a second lieutenant in the Army, Lieutenant Jackson. So when you see me say yes ma'am, it's your girl Zariah J, and I love you guys.